Hola, Houston. Welcome to Viva Magazine Live, where we spotlight the people making a real impact in our community. Tonight, we're excited to be joined by a leader who is helping shape the future of one of Houston's most dynamic neighborhoods, the East End. Veronica Chapa-Gonczynski is the president of the East End District, where she leads efforts to support local businesses, encourage thoughtful growth, and celebrate the rich culture and history that makes the East End so special. Her work reflects a deep commitment to the community, connection, and progress. Please help us give a warm welcome to Veronica Chapa-Gonczynski. Welcome back to Viva Magazine Live, and let's give a warm welcome to Veronica Chapa-Gonczynski, president of the East End District. Welcome, Veronica.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
It's a real pleasure to have you here today. So, Veronica, let's begin with your journey. What inspired you to take on the leadership of the East End District?
I think driving around the neighborhood, I really fell in love with the people in the community. I grew up in the Rio Grande Valley, and this was very similar to home. And by training, I actually studied as an urban planner, focused on community development. And so when I was growing up, I had a grandmother in Alice and grandparents that lived in a little neighborhood called Las Milpas.
Las Milpas.
Las Milpas, Texas.
Yes.
And they didn't have, my grandparents in Las Milpas didn't have running water in the house. We had to drink water, had to be from like the filtered tank that would be brought in. And typically, if you had to use water for a use in the bathroom, etc., it was a bucket from the irrigation canal. And when I went to go visit my other grandmother, she did have running water in the house, but she didn't have a heater to heat the water.
So they had to heat it on the stove.
They had to heat it on the stove, or you just didn't take a bath. And to go from, those experiences, and then you go to college and you realize, oh, this isn't normal. There should be investment in underserved neighborhoods. People are lovely. You just kind of meet them where they are. And how do you turn that dynamic around? And I've been very fortunate to live in a lot of big cities. And when I came to the East End, it's like sincerely felt like home.
Yeah, it's very much like home. I mean, it's very, the people are so amicable. I mean, people are sweet, they're nice, and they just want to do everything for you. That's just the East End.
Yeah, and it's like it's everything from, I get hugs often from business owners. Or I love the hola mija, how are you? And people asking about my family and the food that is like food that I grew up with. And when you see children playing at the park, or you see people working around in the garden of their homes as you're driving by. I mean, there's full neighborhoods here. We have 85,000 people.
85,
in the greater East End area. So we're not a small community.
Yes, well, I'm glad you brought that up, because what I want the viewers to know, Veronica, is how would you describe the East End District and its mission? What is the mission of it?
So the East End District, technically speaking, is a business development organization. It's often known as an economic development agency and is paid for by the local businesses who put in their own assessment to make the work happen. The East End District, I think, is different from other management districts, because other management districts are very focused on the maintenance piece, which we do. We started abating graffiti, we do beautification, how do we do engagements to do improvements in the area. But I think the pivot and the difference for us was to think very intentionally about how we engage with the neighborhood. So we have a cultural district that is designated by the state of Texas with the Commission of the Arts. We have a lot of outdoor art that accompanies it in the neighborhood.
But and a lot of activities that happen out there.
And a lot of activities. Recently I was able to give a presentation and talk about the redevelopment in the East End. The fascinating part about this area is, in addition to being just a beautiful gateway for people who got to Houston, proximity to the port, we had these really large industrial spaces. And whatever you were making in the space went away. The buggy whip is no longer being made. For those of us who remember what a buggy whip looks like. right? The buggy
I know what it looks like, but I don't remember seeing one anywhere.
Yeah, so you have like a 300,000 square foot space, and then what do you do with it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I think that's where changes in like manufacturing, how do we do co-office spaces? How do we allow for design, engineering, architects, and beautiful studios, and interestingly, smaller spaces for art and galleries, and even some independent bookstores, which are absolutely wonderful.
Well, I mean, I can tell that the East End they've had some changes.
Yeah.
Quite a bit since, I've been in the East End for 30 years already, and it's grown quite a bit.
Sure.
Yeah. And so I wanted to say the East End is deeply rooted in history and culture, Veronica. I mean, we see it everywhere, murals and everything.
Sure.
So how do you honor the legacy while still embrace modernization?
I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
So I often get asked about, how do you embrace modernization? How do you protect against gentrification? And the reality is, with an area like this that is rapidly changing, it is gentrification.
Yes.
The hard part, though, is that you want to prevent the displacement, the whitewashing,
Right.
the absolutely like the tearing down, moving over and saying, oh, forgetting what was there before. And so when we talk about it as a staff, you honor your history and we acknowledge the culture. It's here and it's evident. And so things that we talk about in honoring our history, I'm really grateful to developers that are including historic preservation. So if you see development coming to the WKM campus, it's still going to be the WKM campus.
Right.
And we acknowledge what was formerly part of Hughes Tool
Right.
in the East End, which is a huge history of people who worked here. And the benefit of that is part of the narrative that the neighbors keep on as you talk about what the building was, what the building did, and who was there. And then I think that wrapping it in culturally sensitive art that engages the community says it's not that we were here, it's that we continue to be here.
Exactly.
And there's an evolution of what here looks like. And you can see that in a lot of the storytelling that is murals. And so my hope is, on navigation, we are promoting a calle de colores, which is essentially a long mural mile, a little bit more than a mile, but do the storytelling, tell people, that we were an immigrant gateway and our immigrants come from a variety of places.
Yes.
And food is very important in our oral history and song and leadership. There's been a big focus on military leadership in May.
Yeah.
And they've been critical to putting the East End on the map and showing the next generation how we can continue to be successful.
Yes, that was a very successful event. You had Fleet Week here, right there on the Navigation Esplanade, and then you had, you mentioned that you did a presentation recently, and you were at the East End Chamber Luncheon, that you were the featured speaker. So that was very interesting. I think that presentation told a lot of the businesses what the East End District is up to and who we have in our community.
Absolutely. I think what I love most about that was the opportunity to brag a little bit. We have a lot of small businesses in this area, a lot of local businesses.
Right.
And that is a treasure and a gem because there is a point, I think, when we visit other cities and you go look at maybe the brand new redone street, whatever that corridor is, and you can identify with the national change that are there.
Right.
And that to me is a little bit sad because where's the originality, where's the flavor, where's the, it shouldn't all be.
Where's the culture that they left, that originated there.
Exactly. And so as an example, if you go to 7-Eleven Milby and walk around to all the micro businesses that are there, that powers the economy. They grow bigger and get to occupy bigger spaces. You could see the diversity of all of the people, the product, what we need in terms of retail.
Yeah.
It's all in that beautiful microcosm of businesses.
That is awesome. Now, I want to ask you, what are some of the most important or exciting transformations that are happening right now in the East End?
So the most exciting transformation right now, I have to give credit, is going to be the BVP East project. So that's the partnership between the City of Houston, Harris County, and Buffalo Bayou. Hundreds of millions of dollars are going to that east sector to redevelop, reconnect, and it is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us that think the investment was way overdue, And there's just nothing but gratitude that we're going to get to see it happen. Like, it might have been a dream.
Yeah.
It said, well, let's see if we get the funding, but we're here. And I think the activation along that, you're going to have the Hispanic Archive.
Yes.
That's going to go move into Turkey Bend.
Yes.
Turkey Bend, that is an absolutely stunning and thoughtful venue that brings you through. Aurora Picture Show now is down the street because of support to relocate into the East End. So now we have film. We have a whole new complex that is coming in because of Harris County that is taking the Hughes Tool site and redeveloping it right next to Finca Tres Robles, which is our sustainable local urban farm. So if you go throughout the East End, I think there are sections and pockets that are happening. I don't want to take up all the airtime with all of them, but if you drive around, it is so incredibly exciting.
Course of, you can also see it. You can see the infrastructure, and it continues to be a big topic in Houston. So what improvements are currently impacting the East End community? Because I know there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's so the immediate improvements I think that we see are the ones most benefiting with FIFA coming.
Yes.
And so we've seen a lot of streets that have been repaved and things that are just being maintained. We have had a couple of major drainage projects related to a couple of major drainage problems as well. Additionally,
that's a great improvement right there. I mean, people need that. I mean,
we really do. And
communities need that.
Absolutely. It's the next thing that we're going to be investing in Houston. I think Telephone Road is going to be really telling how that evolves. Telephone Road is very old in the way it was designed.
Yes.
And you know, the retrofits never quite feel right when you're driving around. You're like, why did they make that decision? Like, what made them think that?
Well, that was back then, right?
Yeah.
They thought that, I don't know if they thought that this was going to grow, or was it going to just stay this way? I mean, they were not, I guess, back then forward thinking.
No, it was
Well,
and the most fascinating thing about Telephone Road, when you go and look at it, the way the curbs come out of the properties and traffic comes out, it's you really have to pay attention.
Yes.
It's not a slow space by any means.
No.
But it was a little bit of like, oh, they need to get the truck through, so they kind of angled the exit this way. I think Navigation Boulevard is also going to see another segment with the BBP. We're calling it the Navigation Greenway, and it is going to be an improvement of an esplanade that allows for trail connectivity into the BBP.
Well, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And, the piece that I was sharing about, because it was...
Tell me what BBP...
Oh, great
what's
question.
What's that acronym stand
Thank you for my
Yeah.
Buffalo Bayou Partnership.
Okay, got it.
And it's the Parks Conservation Organization that is downtown, but it's really committed to do this work on the east side of downtown. So, and that includes us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I can already see the changes occurring, and I just can't wait. So, supporting small business is very vital.
Yeah.
And what programs or efforts do you have in place to help those small entrepreneurs?
So most importantly is we believe in partnership. So if a new entrepreneur comes to me, I'm going to ask them, are they going to the East End Chamber, to the informational member mixers, luncheons, educational events that are there? Additionally, are you registered with the SBA?
Yeah.
SBA does a lot of free trainings. There's accreditation that happens through them. And they're both business offices that outsource with the city and the county. And if that's a fit, I recognize that people go through there. From my side of it, it is typically looking at real estate, where a business owner might say, I want to locate who are the retail owners that I need to go speak to for the retail sites.
Right.
And we can help with that kind of direction. I'm grateful that I have a little bit of a reputation as a connector. So if I don't have...
You're awesome at connecting people.
Well, it's like, if I don't have the answer, I want you to have the answer.
Yes.
And there's people smarter than me that I can probably connect you to get it. So I think there's been a lot of benefit to the small business owners coming in, because it's like, have you met these people? Go shake their hands and get their emails. Even in the neighborhood, we have some amazing leaders like you that just need to be on everyone's list.
Oh, well, I'm trying to be. I'm working on it. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with Veronica Chapa-Gonczynski, and we'll talk more about the East End. Welcome back to Viva Magazine Live, and we're here with the president of the East End District, Veronica Chapa-Gonczynski, and we were going to talk about East End has a strong Latino identity, Veronica. We know it. It's predominantly Hispanic out here. So how does the district celebrate and preserve the cultural influence of the East End?
I'm really proud of the team we have at the East End District, because the first thing you have to do is acknowledge it.
Yes.
Like, it's real, it's there. And so that means a lot of our social media posts and communications we put out are bilingual or in Spanish.
Yeah.
We're grateful to partner with Spanish-speaking television stations. And then there's the component of, like, how do we celebrate it? So the quiet way, you know, we talked about earlier a little bit, is the mural work.
Right.
When you put mural on the side of an empty building, or you put it on, even on like a side of a really ugly infrastructure,
yeah.
like just a bridge that could look prettier.
Yeah.
You're telling a story.
Right.
And you're identifying who lived there and what was being celebrated.
Right.
The benefit of that is not just that you're installing a very beautiful piece of art for the neighborhood, it's the storytelling, it's the foothold of what you have. And some of it, in these days, may bother people, because you're gonna see, we have one bridge where you have someone painted with an indigenous headdress. Yes. And if you talk about that, why is there any focus on indigenous? Well, there are a lot of people that celebrate Mexican American heritage and identify by having indigenous roots.
Right.
We also have a cultural celebration that I'm really grateful. Our board of directors has always been really supportive of us producing the East End Street Fest.
Yes.
We now produce it in partnership.
That is a fabulous fest.
Thank you. Well, and we do it in partnership with the cultural district.
Yes.
And if you go through the run of show, it's going to be folklorico dancers, it's going to be Aztec dancers, it's going to be mariachis, it's going to be a variety of cultural performances, so that people can see it really in action, active in life, and that's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
There's a fine line, I think, where we joke about it of, like, who's going to go to the fast food taco restaurant?
Yeah.
Because, we don't want to admit that we eat fast food tacos, because everyone's got a favorite in the East End.
Right.
But I share that because sometimes you can get a little generic in how you present the Latino culture.
Right.
Because it's like, especially like today we're talking, what's going on Cinco de Mayo, and my fear is seeing across my social media feed somebody with a really cheesy sombrero, which I just don't feel it's like the best representation of everything that we have. So I think when we acknowledge it, when you put it out there, that visually so people can see it and understand it, if you engage the other senses through songs where you can hear it, with food that you can taste it, and it doesn't all have to happen at one time. Right. But it's offering the experience using a variety of the senses, and economically it really makes sense.
It does.
Because it's
a big celebration.
It's a big celebration that the neighborhood gets to participate in. The property owners feel a part of it. And there's a benefit even to murals. Vacant buildings that have murals, a lot of them, is a way to hold them where they look. The safety indicators go up, crime goes down, people tag less from a graffiti perspective. Right. So, like, why do you care? Because it's from an economic perspective, you say, oh, we're holding property. Yeah, but you're also telling a story and doing something beautiful. And so my leadership here has been here 9 years.
Yes, you have.
And
you were you have just taken on the reins and have moved the East End District forward.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's we have an incredible team, and this has been a passion project just every day. And I love it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So how does the community feedback shape or play in the initiatives and the priorities of the East End District?
It shapes it in different ways. Because I'm trained in community development, I like to ask for town halls and charrettes, which are a way people go and draw on the maps of what they want the neighborhood to look like. The park should be here. This should be parking. This should be an apartment complex. Don't put the apartment complex anywhere near these residences.
Right.
Like, that engagement, I think, is super meaningful because it gives us a whole level of detail.
You and the East End District and several people in the community addressed the homelessness. You did a door-to-door campaign, did you not? Can you tell us about that?
So my hope is that the neighbors and the residents continue to advocate for their needs.
Of course.
And
they will. And they love their community.
And we will continue to advocate on behalf of businesses, because we all need to thrive.
Yes. Veronica, East End is becoming a destination of entertainment and dining. So how do you see that evolving in the future?
I am so excited about the East End and where it's evolving as a destination. So to brag, for the month of April, the East End was featured as a destination in Texas Monthly.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the statewide publication sent to reporters to come and see the East End the way I think we see it.
Yes.
We are known as a destination for amazing Mexican food. Like part of what cinched the Fleet Week sailors wanting to come to Houston was, I think, our fajitas and our enchiladas. They were like, oh yes, we got to do a Houston stop. I think the evolution is happening right now in the hot spots that you don't know about, but you're finding out through influencers.
Right.
So my husband and I came to a concert. I don't remember the address of the building. It was really nondescript, had plants everywhere. The most beautiful jazz concert.
Oh,
that was just sitting there. And you were in the East End, and if you walked out, nobody knew. But it was just amazing music.
What is the name of that place?
I know. I can't remember. We were following somebody that was fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think we're evolving into...
There are just so many hidden gems in the East End.
There really are.
Yeah.
There is the new off of Sampson, the new chocolate shop that has kind of like a secret speakeasy in the back. And it just makes delicious handmade chocolate. So I think we're getting from the culinary now to the venue piece.
Yes.
There are more and more places that are offering music.
Yes.
They offer, we got large spaces, music outdoors, or more music venues because we don't have enough to really support theater and live music like they do in other markets.
Right.
So we're going to have a couple over here. I think that the next evolution, like forward thinking, is, the East End has 300 acres of park space.
Yes.
So between Mason Park, Tony Marone Park, everything you have along the bayou, there are these amazing redevelopments that I was joking with folks, like, you really do need to get your bike and probably get your kayak and get your running shoes. And not everyone's going to be a competitive athlete.
That's right.
But there is really beauty in nature in this neighborhood. And we can enjoy it because we own it. It's ours. Like, get out and have fun in it.
That's right.
What we're really missing from the far future is getting the hotel piece.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's just going to come naturally as the venues develop and as the highways change around. And, hotels are a blessing and a curse because you don't want the vacancy numbers to ever be so low. And that's the final piece that when we start seeing hotels go up from an entertainment district perspective, you've arrived. And so what I would say to folks is really look at what cultural experiences you want to have, whether they're culinary, music, art. My husband and I did the independent book festival. It was like a book crawl in April. Found 3 bookstores and a nonprofit bookstore in the East End where you can swap out your novels. So, even just looking for...
to go to that because I have so many books I can swap out.
You can swap out and you can do it for kids and all sorts. And so I think it's like understanding what your heart wants and just following it. You'll find it in the East End.
Hey, Veronica, for families and young professionals considering a move to the East End, what would you say to them that makes this community so unique?
So for young professionals, I would say affordability is number one, along with access to downtown and surrounding neighborhoods. You can have a very beautiful space to live in and quickly be able to get into downtown, Heights, Midtown. I think for families, the difference is going to be the larger homes. So there are some neighborhoods that have some older bungalow homes and homes that are just being renovated that are stunning. And there are more educational opportunities that are going to come that are very specific to the East End. So for example, the FLAMA, the Frank Liu Magnet Arts Program that is coming for elementary school has received a state charter, will be opening in a couple of years, and that alone will be a destination.
Wow.
We're talking to other schools that want to look at what are the opportunities for the East End, and they're grounded in STEM, they're grounded in conservation, they're grounded in nature studies. And so I think for families that are looking for something very specific with a livability and the outdoor living, if you want your kid to be able to like ride a bike and go to the park and do those pieces, I think the East End is going to be a real option for them.
Yeah, it sure is. So what project are you particularly excited about nowadays?
Oh my gosh.
For the East End? I guess you have probably several of them.
I think I don't know where to start and stop on this.
Just pick one.
Okay, I really like the coffee buildings.
Yeah.
So I love Maxwell House, and I have so many dreams for that Maxwell House.
Yes.
And I love Farmers Brothers because I remember driving around with my windows down and just taking in that aroma.
Oh, that was so,
Right?
I guess it's inviting because you just wanted to drink coffee right then and there.
You did. You were like looking for it.
Yes.
And, you know, I look at what they're proposing for that Farmers Brothers building, including the integration of art, things on the, you know, on the roof with roofscape, gardening, farming, etc. And it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was really grateful because there was a discussion about what does housing look like that is affordable, not affordable housing.
Yeah.
Housing that is affordable so that the neighbors can stay or people can move back in.
Right.
And just the optimism and the experience running that conversation, the thoughtfulness of the art, I'm really curious to see what the final product looks like. Like I want to fast forward that button and get there.
I can't wait to see that. So Veronica, we're almost at the end of our show. So can you tell us where viewers can support or get involved with the Eastern District?
Yeah, there's a couple of ways. So what I would say is I would really ask your viewers to get involved with the East End. We have so many organizations that are worthy. They don't just have to, I don't have to keep all the volunteers for myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've got nonprofits working on farming, children's education, arts, like come out, make some friends, volunteer. The volunteer nonprofit bookstore could definitely use some support. The East End District is a governmental organization. Our website is eastenddistrict.com. If you want information and you look at that website specifically for data or information, if you follow us on socials, even just following us, liking a post, which is feedback that you're interested in what we're putting out there, all of that is really valuable and supportive because we're able to say, this is the engagement at what people are asking for and we can deliver to that end.
That's right.
We love our community. We love you. We're so passionate about the work that we get to do together.
Yes.
So I'm grateful to your viewers.
Yes.
And for their love and support of our community.
Thank you very much. Veronica, one last thing. What do you want to tell, what are some last words you want to tell our viewing audience at Viva Magazine Live?
What I would tell your audience is they need to come out and enjoy the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think I see a lot more people, whether it's fatigue or we're just introverted, folks don't want to leave the house like they used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can see it in the restaurant industry. In the restaurant industry in Houston is really taking a hit every month. Chronicle's posting, you know, here are the restaurants that closed this month, and that's really sad.
It is.
I understand that money's tight, and this isn't necessarily telling people to go splurge and buy in the neighborhood. We'd love that. But even if it's, they're coming and walking around Mason Park.
Yeah.
Or coming and bringing their kids to Eastwood, or partnering with some friends and coming to a festival on the Esplanade.
Yeah.
All of that shows it validates, doesn't show, it validates that this community is amazing and worthy of your time and investment.
That's right. So Veronica, thank you so much for being on our show today, and thank you for your leadership and dedication and commitment to the East End. We really, really appreciate you.
Thank you, Blanca. Thank you for letting me join you today.
Thank you. So, and I want to thank our viewers for joining us on Viva Magazine Live, where we continue to celebrate the people, making a difference in our community, and keep celebrating our cultura. I'm your host, Blanca Blanco, Viva Magazine Live, where Latino stories matter. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Hasta luego, Houston.